They came on horseback, 300 or 400 of them, and they surrounded us. And almost all of our men that were there to protect us were killed.
In Central Africa, a crisis explodes.
Bullets were flying in all directions.
Our village was completely burned. They burnt the village and we ran away. We arrived with nothing.
$200,000 are dead. 2 million are displaced.
The growing IDP population do not have anything to eat. There could be famine.
And the world hesitates.
Everybody is focused on the displaced, but the locals are always left out of the picture.
The UN calls it the greatest humanitarian crisis in the world, and Eastern Chad bears the brunt of the crisis.
There are about 230,000 Sudanese refugees in Chad. So these are people from Darfur. Then we have something between 2 and 2.5 million. A third of the population has ended up in refugee camps.
What are the roots of this crisis?
The enemy of your enemy is your friend.
And what happens when hundreds of thousands of displaced people land in one spot?
The displaced people are strangers, but the local population has welcomed them as brothers. It was difficult.
How does it affect the economy, the resources?
The refugee camp is a big problem. All the water is gone. There are important repercussions on the environment, water, and sanitary structures.
And how does it affect attitudes?
It was not only weapons that came to Darfur, but also a kind of supremacy ideology that Arabs are fit to rule, that Arabs are better than their African neighbors.
The war between Arabs and Africans spreads east, and as it does, poverty grows, resentments deepen.
Janjaweed are thinking to oust all the black Africans off the land they think belongs to them. According to them, only Arabs can live on this territory.
Even if the tribes in Chad were welcoming the refugees at first, they soon realized they're eating our trees and our shrubs, and they're taking our water, and they don't even have to work. We have to work.
It's a two-way war. Blacks from Arab villages, too, come and steal stuff. It's happening both ways now.
A look at human displacement and how it affects communities.
Blacks and Arabs used to live in harmony. We would go to each other's houses. Now, everyone is ashamed.
And the search for a way out.
I want to help the affected population manage their own resources, because one day the international organizations will leave. If they do, what will happen?
If people stay for a long time in a refugee camp, they lose the memory of how it was when they tilled the soil, how to produce things, how to survive when you don't get help.
I pray to the Lord to bring peace and stability, security for the children.